Hello, this is JB, and today I'm going to talk about my University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill basketball memories. And so I'm from North Carolina, and when I was growing up, sometimes we would stay the weekend at my aunt and uncle's house, my mom's aunt or my mom's sister. And my aunt and uncle were UNC basketball fans, so a lot of times they would have the game on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday whenever they played. And I was already a basketball fan from the, before I even started kindergarten. Because I remember in kindergarten, my talent for the talent show was shooting basketball. But that made me more of a fan watching the games with my aunt and uncle. My brother and sister were there too, but they didn't really watch the game. But that made me a fan. And then uh, in school in North Carolina, everybody is a fan of some college basketball team because their parents or their aunt and uncle or their grandparents are a fan, and so everybody has their team. And especially in middle school, sixth grade and seventh grade, I remember that like on the school bus we would talk about different games that had been played, especially UNC versus Duke, but UNC versus North Carolina State or Wake Forest or Virginia or any of the other teams in the ACC or throughout the country. And it was always a hot topic. And then around that same time, listening a lot to newspaper or to radio talk shows about sports and reading newspapers. And like in school, it's funny, in school during the ACC tournament in North Carolina, teachers, because a lot of them went to ACC schools, they would stop class in the afternoon to turn on the first days of the ACC tournament. And so instead of studying English, we would watch a basketball game between North Carolina and North Carolina State or whoever it was. And a lot of times they were in, I think at that time, they played the games in Greensboro. So that was like a really big deal, a really big part of culture in a way. Um, but like when I was in the seventh grade, I went to my first game. This is after Dean Smith had left and Bill Guthridge was the coach. Bill Guthridge was an assistant for a long time for Dean Smith, but he coached for a while, and I went to a game. It was, I believe, the Food Lion MVP tournament, and there were four different teams there. I believe it was North Carolina, South Carolina, Old Dominion. I don't know. Old Dominion, College of Charleston, and I saw the I think College of Charleston UNC game. And then a couple years later, it was they changed the name of the tournament, but it was played at the same place, the Charlotte Coliseum, and it was called the Hardy's Invitational or something like that. And I think I also saw UNC and College of Charleston, and I think on that team, Brendan Haywood, who played a long time in the NBA, he was on that team, I believe. But one of the people that I saw play in one or both of those tournaments was a player named Chris Lang, who he was for a short time on the San Antonio Spurs off-season squad, and then he played overseas for many years. I think it's 19, but I got to meet him the last time I was in North Carolina in 2023 in December, and I wrote an article about him and what he's doing now. He's running a basketball gym and working closely with kids of all different ages, um, and doing some really cool things. But I got to meet him and tell him my memories, and he told me a bunch of stuff about his career and, at UNC and overseas in Europe. But all throughout my life, even though I've lived in different places, Arizona, Kansas, Alaska, Wisconsin, I've always followed the Tar Heels very closely. Uh, I've always been a fan. I watch the games. I always hope that they do well. Um, and even though I'm far away, I'm still there in a way, supporting them. Uh, but those are my North Carolina basketball memories. I mean, I have a lot more, but just like things that I remember seeing in games or things like that don't really matter. But what I'm trying to explain is that North Carolina basketball has been something that has been a part of my life, even though I didn't play basketball there. Uh, I've just been a fan of the team and supporter of the team and the players. And so, comment if you're a UNC basketball fan or other sport fan, or if you're a fan of some other team, comment there too. And thanks for listening.